Paying as much as 30% in tax is crazy. How would you feel if I told you that Nigerian government now knows when you sell your crypto, how you sell your crypto, who you sell your crypto to, how much you received, the exact platform you use in carrying out that transaction, and even the identity of the person that you transacted with. Now, on the 31st of July 2026, the FIRS, the Federal Inland Revenue Service, now known as the NRS, Nigerian Revenue Service, released an update called the Virtual Asset Taxation Guidelines and the July 2026 Presidential Executive Order on Crypto and Other Virtual Assets. Now, the Nigerian Revenue Service, NRS, has now given Nigerians one of the clearest pictures yet of how you're going to start paying your taxes when it comes to your crypto asset or your virtual asset. Be it your cryptocurrency, your stable coin, your NFTs, staking, mining, DeFi, P2P transactions, and other virtual asset activities can now be taxed in Nigeria. Now, the question is no longer can crypto be taxed in Nigeria? The questions are now, number one, which transactions or activity will now start getting taxed? Number two, what information does or will the government have on you to be able to track your transactions? Number three, what activities are not taxable under the new virtual asset tax law? Number four, how much tax will you actually pay? And the last question, what are the penalties if you don't comply with the new tax law? I'm going to be answering all these questions in this video, and I'm also going to drop timestamps so you can be able to conveniently skip to the part you're interested in if you don't have time to watch all the videos. Now, if you like this content that you're about to get, kindly help me smash that like button and also subscribe to my channel to get more insightful crypto content like the one you're about to see. So I'm going to be having a crypto class coming up on my Telegram channel. So if you want to learn crypto from start to finish and know everything there is to know about crypto before the next bull season, this is an opportunity for you to learn about cryptocurrency. All you just need to do is to join my Telegram channel. I'm going to be leaving the link in the description. So join that channel and wait for when I'm going to begin the class. So let's get right into the video. Now, number one, which transactions or activities are getting taxed? In other words, what exactly is taxable when it comes to your crypto or other virtual assets? Now, the tax law focuses on income, majorly profits gotten from virtual asset activities. For example, when you buy, say, 5 million naira worth of Bitcoin, you held it for long and it's still 5 million naira. No profit was made in that case, so you will not be taxed. But buying a 5 million naira worth of crypto and then after holding for a little while, you sold at the rate of 8 million naira. That simply means you made a 3 million naira profit, which also means that you're going to be getting taxed for that profit. So that's number one. Now, number two, when you swap from one crypto to another crypto, say for example, you swap from Solana coin to Ethereum, you will potentially get taxed by doing that. Now, number three, P2P transactions can now also get taxed. Either you are buying or you are selling under the P2P section of every platform, you are liable to get taxed. Now, when you trade P2P, there's a certain percentage that gets taxed from the transaction. Now, number four, I'm going to group all this together because they are kind of similar. You see your staking, your mining, your airdrops will also get taxed. So whatever profit you make from all these activities will also get taxed by the Nigerian government. Even your NFT can be taxed. What can also get taxed is you selling anything and receiving your payment in crypto. Either you sell cars or you sell groceries or whatever it is that you sell and you get paid in crypto, you can also be taxed for that activity, and vice versa. If you want to purchase anything with crypto, you can also get taxed for that activity in some cases though. Now, what information does or will the government have on you to trace every activity you carry out in terms of crypto and other virtual assets? Now, I know there are some of us that already have a lot of centralized platforms like ByBit, Binance, BitGet, and the likes. And when we were trying to set up an account, it didn't require us to put in our tax ID. But very soon, we're going to have to update our information by putting our tax ID. And for those of you who are yet to have an account with those centralized exchanges, you will be needing your tax ID to be able to have an account running on those platforms. This is one of the ways that the government can confirm that you are paying your taxes or not. Now, some other information that the government will have on you are your transaction history and dates, the type and value of the virtual asset that you are trading or transacting with, the sales value, your customer name, your address, your telephone number, and of course, your email. One thing you should also know is that there's no way you can avoid centralized exchanges, because how then would you be able to safely convert your crypto to cash if you don't rely on those centralized exchanges? You don't want to start doing decentralized exchanges to decentralized exchanges by selling crypto to people that you do not know, because there are certain amounts of crypto that you want to sell and you might not find someone you know that is ready to buy at the time. So you have to sell to a complete stranger. And what if the stranger scams you of your money? So that's the reason why you need centralized exchanges. So you still need to use the centralized exchanges, and this is exactly what the government is banking on. So last, no escape, you go still pay tax. And also take note that decentralized exchanges also keep records of blockchain transactions. So even decentralized transactions are up there. You should not wait until you receive a tax notice, but getting your documentation in order will save you the stress of Nigerian government harassing you or having problem with the Nigerian government, because everything can actually be traced. Now, the next question is, what exactly cannot be taxed? Now, when you move your own crypto assets from one wallet of yours to another wallet of yours, that cannot be taxed. When you hold crypto, as long as you do not convert it to cash, you do not sell it, you do not swap it to another crypto, that can also not be taxed. When you also receive a crypto loan, you do not pay tax from the exact loan that you've gotten. The big question that everyone has been waiting for: how much will you actually pay to the Nigerian government if you deal with crypto or other virtual assets? Now, for an individual, chargeable income is generally subject to the progressive personal income of that individual. Now, according to the 2026 Joint Revenue Board guidelines, for the first 200,000 naira profit you make, you're not going to be paying any tax. For the next 2.2 million naira, you are going to be paying 15%. For the next 9 million, you're going to be paying 18%. For the next 13 million naira, you're going to be paying 21% in tax. For the next 25 million, you're going to be paying 23% in tax. And for anything above 50 million, you're going to be paying 25% in tax. Oh man, that's huge. I'm not even going to lie. Like, this is a lot of tax. Nigerian government, you won't wound us. That's kind of very, very crazy though. I'm not even going to lie. Now, these are the marginal rates. By marginal rates, what I mean is these are the profits rates. This will only be removed from the profit you make, not your entire crypto portfolio. If you make as much as 50 million naira in profit, you're going to be paying 25% in tax. It is very important that you get this. That's for individual. Now let's talk about for companies. And by companies, what do we mean? If you are running a crypto exchange, if you are running a crypto brokerage, if you are running a mining business, if you are running a Web3 company, if you are running a token business, or you are a crypto consultant, you'll be regarded as a company by the Nigerian government. Now, companies generally fall under what we call the corporate income tax framework. Now, for companies, the standard corporate income tax rate is 30%. But don't simply take 30% and apply it to every crypto transaction. There could also be additional considerations for larger companies, including other tax obligations. Another kind of tax you are going to be paying is also what we call the 1.5% stamp duty. Converting your crypto to fiat currency or vice versa, your fiat currency to crypto, you are supposed to pay 1.5% in tax. Now, there's also what we call the VAT, in full, with the value added tax. Now, this one is between you and the platform you're interacting with. Either exchange or brokerage will charge you for this. Now, the VAT could be as much as 7.5%. Now, this is a way for them to tax their users, so all the entire tax load would not be on them. And then after they've collected all this VAT, they're going to be remitting all the monies to the government. Now, the final question: what are the penalties if you do not comply with this new tax law in Nigeria? For those of you who think crypto is anonymous, I just made you understand that it is no longer anonymous. So you need to pay attention. Here is everything that you need to know. For non-payment of tax in Naira transaction, the penalty is 10% of the tax due plus the CBN monetary policy rate MPR interest. Now, for non-payment of your foreign currency transaction, you're going to be paying 10% of tax due plus CAOFR plus applicable spread. Now, for failure to register, you're going to be paying 50,000 naira for the first month and 25,000 naira for each subsequent month until you register. Failure to file returns or incomplete returns, you're going to be paying 100,000 naira for the first month and 50,000 each subsequent month. Now, for failure to keep records, you're going to be paying 10,000 naira for individual and 50,000 naira for companies. Now, for failure to respond to the NRS demands or notices, you're going to be paying 100,000 naira first day and 10,000 naira per subsequent day. Rather than paying all those huge sum of money and then now go back to paying your tax, why not just stick to the rules and make life easy for yourself by filing properly and moving on with your life? So guys, that will be the end of today's video. I'm going to be seeing you in the next one, but until then, bye for now.